The Week 11 AP Top 25 rankings are out, and already we are absolutely going to pick a fight about some of this. My goodness, what are you doing, voters? What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you believe the Associated Press top 25 voters have it right, putting Texas behind Oklahoma, or another way of saying it, ranking Oklahoma ahead of Texas in its rankings? We're going to talk about just what happened here as both of these programs moved up 7 spots, but still, there's one thing they're not taking into account. So at number 1, got Ohio State, who has 54 first place votes, and still there's Indiana at number 2, 9-0. They've got 11 first place votes, and Texas A&M, who's idle last week, has 1 first place vote. I would really like to know who that one AP voter is who is ranking Texas A&M number 1. Number 4, Alabama at 7-1. They were also idle. Number 5, Georgia, who beat Florida 7-1. Oregon was idle last week, 7-1. They stay at number 6. Ole Miss is 8-1 after beating South Carolina. They stay at number 7. BYU was idle this week, but they moved up 2 spots because we had some carnage that happened in front of them to number 8. Texas Tech is at number 9. They have beaten each one of their, every win they have has been by 20 points or more. And Texas Tech and BYU clash this Saturday at Jones in Lubbock. Going to be a lot of fun to watch that one. Battle at the top between the Big 12's best and second best program as they feature 2 quarterbacks that are fundamentally at the other end of the spectrum. Bear Buckmeyer is having a great freshman season. Baron Morton comes back after 2 games due to injury and goes for 249, 2 TDs and a pick. Notre Dame moves up to 10, the first 2-loss team ranked in the top 10 after getting off to a rough start to BC and then absolutely doing what you expect them to do. 299 pass yards for CJ Carr and that 136 yards on the ground for Jeremiah Love, who looks like the runaway winner of the Doak Walker Award given to the nation's best running back. Oklahoma's up to 11 off of going into Neyland and beating Tennessee at night, handing Tennessee its 3rd loss. Now, Virginia is at 12 at 8-1, and Texas is at 13. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know what I do here. This is not right. This is not right. This is not even, I rank Texas ahead of Oklahoma. I see they're both 7-2. I see that both of them have outstanding ranked wins against good football teams. Oklahoma having ranked wins against Michigan, the Auburn team that was once ranked in the top 25, just fired its head coach because he's 6-16 in the SEC. Like, I don't see it, dog. I don't see that. What are we doing with this? Now, we could keep going and talk about all the things that are different between Oklahoma and Texas. Like, for instance, Texas is a more complete football team, so they pass the eye test. Texas has the quarterback that's playing best against SEC opponents. I mean, we're talking about 2 300-yard passing games in back-to-back games for Arch Manning against Mississippi State and a top 10 Vanderbilt, and they got a great win. He's playing well. They've got outstanding defensive play. They've got outstanding wide receivers. They go 4 deep over there because Everett Mosley, the 5th, has shown up in a real way to go alongside Ryan Wingo and DeAndre Moore and Parker Livingston and Jack Andrees at tight end, and Ryan Niblett is changing the game for them. Oklahoma doesn't really have much of a passing attack. It's gone away since they started playing SEC competition, broken a thumb or not. They can't really be trusted to run the ball all that well, although in the recent games, Xavier Robinson has come on and looked really good. Shout out to the dude from Carl Albert, and Oki's just running away with this. I keep telling people, that dude rushed for 2,500 yards as a junior at Carl Albert. Like, he's nasty. He just puts the ball on the floor, too, and I can't have no running backs put the ball on the floor. Deion Burks has not been the guy that I expected him to be. Keontez Lewis didn't play. And you're still asking a lot of the defense, which came up with 6 points from R. Mason Thomas in a fumble recovery for a touchdown against Tennessee, and a game where the offense didn't play well. But more than that, did y'all not remember the part where Texas beat Oklahoma like it stole something in the Red River Shootout? Because I do. And that's what you're supposed to be basing these on. Like, this is in the AP Top 25 rankings criteria. Take into account head-to-head. Head to head, Texas won. They should have the 11 spot here, and Oklahoma should have the 13 spot here if that's what you're going to do. Ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, and I wish I could change it. But the 60 voters, somehow the majority of them still haven't actually watched football this year. You know, the part where we look at the scoreboard. We get number 14, Louisville, who's at 7-1 off to their, another great start for that program in the ACC, looking like they could backdoor into the ACC title game if it goes their way. Vanderbilt falls 6 spots to number 15 off the loss to Texas. They're at 7-2. Georgia Tech falls 8 spots off of getting stampeded by the North Carolina State Wolfpack. I shouldn't say stampeded, torn apart. They looked at the Yellow Jacket and said, yeah, we want to smoke, and gave them all the smoke. This after Haynes King had the glowing profile about his toughness and readiness in ESPN. And then NC State said, yeah, we're going to show you what that's really on. So they're at 16. Utah moves up to 17 off of the win yesterday in a really good one that I think Utah being 7-2 now, I think we could see it, but the way in which they got 7-2, beating Cincinnati, which was really a team that I thought was on the come up here. Yeah, they could be great. And especially if that run game continues to be pretty good, they could backdoor in the Big 12 championship. Miami falls to number 18 off of its second loss. This one coming to SMU. First time they leave the state of Florida, they take a loss. They also give up the first top 10 victory to Southern Methodist in Dallas, Texas since 1974. That's not a good look for them. Missouri's at 19 off of being idle. USC moves up to number 20 off of a win against Nebraska on the road. They're up 3 spots. Good for them. Michigan's at 21, 7-2. Again, that loss to Oklahoma continues to look better for them. They also beat a Nebraska team that USC beat, and they're looking like they could be there at the end. They still got the Ohio State game where, well, you know the score. Michigan has beaten Ohio State every year since 2021. And they might feel good about that going into this month, given even that Ohio State's the best team in the country. They're like, yes, but we own them. So we'll see about that. Number 22, you got Memphis, who's up 3 spots in a tie for first place in the American. Looking like the UAB game was a blip for them. They've been pretty damn good. Tennessee falls to 23, 9 spots down, their third loss, and the only 3-loss team represented in the top 25 so far. I wouldn't rank them. They have 0 wins against top 25 opponents. They don't really have a way to get to the SEC championship game, and this is not a 9-win strength of record that gets you into the college football playoff. You needed at least 2 of these to be top 25 wins, and they needed that one against Oklahoma to stay in the college football playoff hunt. I just don't see them being in sight for the 12-team playoff when the rankings come out on Tuesday. Washington is at number 24. They were idle last week, and Cincinnati is in here, down 8 spots, but in at 25. Others receiving votes are Iowa, James Madison, Pittsburgh, who I think is really good, San Diego State, who's 7-1, North Texas, who's 7-1, South Florida, Southern Methodist, Houston, Illinois, LSU, and Arizona State.